I've seen some comments of people saying that we're taking this stuff too seriously, that you shouldn't be obsessed with self-improvement. I see them comment on our videos and say, wait, Hamza, you're just a muscular, like they always say, that you've just got a bit of muscle and you wear a bathrobe, relax. I don't think these young men know that this isn't an ordinary YouTube channel. These videos aren't meant to be entertaining. It seems to me that there is a small percentage of viewers who watch these videos just for dopamine, just to pass the time because they're bored, just because they want to watch something whilst they eat, and they're probably not taking action on the stuff that we implement here. If that's you, then bro, there's so many more entertaining, funny YouTube channels for you to watch to get your little dopamine from. I've been trying to decide on a vision for the boys who are truly committed to this cause, and even what is the cause, because I was at a lesser level of self-improvement a year ago when I made a guide, when I said that I'm making a cult and this is the honest plan, and I walked you through the stages that you would go through if you followed me. You may have not known about self-improvement before me. You may have been stuck in the self-improvement depression stage, but hopefully through some of my advice, you were able to progress through, start making some good progress, reach some momentum. And then I said that the ultimate point of all this was the point that then you could lead your friends to make the same progress that you've made. And in that part of the video, it made me really happy because essentially that's the position that I was in. And the video that I was making and also the entire channel was really just a reflection of me being at that point and teaching what I had learned about self-improvement. But I think we can go so much further than that. There is magic in thinking big. And so I've been thinking, what is the biggest, most ambitious goal that we can tackle? Because sure, we're improving ourselves and we've stopped the bad habits and we started the good ones and we've been building the physique, and that's really good. And the next huge level is, okay, let's help our boys do that. Let's lead mini movements around the world. You've learned from me, now how about your boys learn from you? How about you take even more responsibility and post your lessons online on social media where thousands of young men may hear from you? And that's a really good step in the right direction. But we can be more ambitious. And I think the biggest problem that we can tackle with the work that we're doing here is fatherlessness. It got me thinking of a certain vision that I can share with you, and I can try and make it crystal clear in your mind. Our vision, our goal, be the kind of father that you needed when you were a little boy. That's what you're doing right now. That's the journey that you're on. Be the kind of father that you needed when you were a little boy. I don't think there is another as sacred, as fulfilling purpose as this. I think that is literally the #1 thing that you could do in your life as a man. That's what we're training for. That's our great battle. And other people who aren't involved in this, they'll look at us and be like, oh, that's cringe, they're taking this shit too seriously. Like, self-improvement is bad for you. They'll say all this bullshit to us. But you take one look at their lives and ask yourself if you would rather change positions. Because we used to live just like them, and we know how unfulfilling that life is. In the end, there's two kinds of parents, and people who think that we're taking this too seriously to prepare for fatherhood when we're in our early 20s, they're going to be those type of fathers that we don't want to be like. They might end up like the type of fathers that we had, and we want to go about it in a different way. Be the kind of father that you needed when you were a little boy. You know what's the most crucial, most important part of that? In your mind, you're probably thinking that you as the father would be present, that you'd make enough money, that you would have like a loving relationship with your children. And that's all nice, but that's actually all of a symptom of the most important, most crucial step 0. All of my OG subscribers know what I'm talking about when I say step 0. Mental health. The kind of father that you want to be: loving, present, grateful, kind, but not soft, not weak, strong, masculine, challenging, but supportive. That starts with your mental health first, not only when you are a father, but right now, to implement the habits that will get you to that point. That's why we place such an emphasis on mental health here. And that's not even to mention the dark sides of male mental health problems. Because if we go on the extreme side and you don't think about mental health at all, and you're not implementing any of the good habits, you might not make it to fatherhood. And if you don't improve your mental health and you do make it to fatherhood, then you're not going to be a good father. If your mental health is not good, you are going to be the kind of father that we don't want to be. I think there's so much value in keeping something like this in mind. It's like the end game, the end biggest mission. Everything else we're doing is like a side quest that helps us for that main quest, the main mission. Get to the gym, get consistent, build the body. Well, that helps you become a better father in the end. Maybe because you've learned about discipline, you've learned about nutrition and good physical health. You're proud of yourself, you've got a good level of confidence. Quite frankly, the body's attractive, and so you're probably attracted even a higher caliber of woman who would be a better mother. Being productive, making money, improving in your studies and your work, that's obviously going to help you become a better father. Keep that vision in mind and visualize it often. Be the kind of father that you needed when you were a little boy. I'm going to do the same thing, and it'd be really interesting to see the comments of this video and see what ideas we can come up with. We're doing good work, boys. Like, we really, really are. It's so easy for us or someone else or our Jeffrey friends to look at this and say, oh, this is cringe. Like, oh, why don't you just do something? Or why don't you just play video games and all this shit? You need to keep that big vision in mind if you want to accomplish something. No one has accomplished something great unless if they had that vision in mind. And the vision to make money and to improve your body, that's nice. That's you know, it's something. It is gonna make you progress. But that's like level 1. Level 0 is not thinking about anything, and level 1 is like, oh yeah, like I have the vision of the body, so I'll go and get the body. What is the body for? Why don't you set the vision on level 5? What is the money for? The majority of young people think about money and they think about materialistic purchases, and that's it. What if you truly start to keep in mind that you want to become the kind of father that you needed when you were a little boy, and so you want to amass a good level of wealth so that you can be around and not be stressed next to your future children? That's like a level 5 vision. That's the kind of shit where when you have 1 hour at the end of the day, you're not going to say, oh, just 1 hour of video games, because you're going to think of your future children. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the decisions that you make today are way more important than the decisions that you make today, because everything you do compounds. And it seems so insignificant of the tasks that you choose to do today and the tasks that you choose to skip. Unless if you keep that grand vision in mind. This is like the purpose that you've been waiting for. All this time you've been looking up videos of like how to find your purpose, and you hear so many guys talk about purpose, purpose, purpose. We don't need to find our own individual purposes. Because as men, there has always been one purpose for us. Fatherhood. And the self-improvement version of that is to be the kind of father that you needed when you were a child. Meditate on that. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.